Good evening, welcome back to my video. My name is Mitchell Labarge. I recently did a 2019 schedule predictions. I just started predicting the Packers schedule with the schedule release on 6 Central Time on NFL Network along with ESPN and getting very excited. I'm predicting the Green Bay Packers schedule, which I'm a fan of. I ended with the New York Giants. We would play Eli Manning and company at 7:25 on ESPN. It was definitely a bold prediction. I definitely hope it would happen because it would be huge to get tested on the road early in the season. I think that would be a big early game to maybe get over with because every game's obviously going to be tough because we sadly missed the playoffs the last 2 years and just had problem after problem. But with Matt LaFleur as head coach, there's definitely hope here in Green Bay. So back to the 49ers. Ignore the Sunday Night Football, but yep, Colin Kaepernick would be rematching with them from the 2016 season and the 2018 season when CJ Beathard had barely lost to the Packers. We should have honestly never came back in that San Francisco 49ers game, but we ended up doing it, and that was one of the tremendous comebacks of the season, and we also did it against the Bears when Rodgers came back from 20-0, and it still won an NFL moment of the year. Never say never moment of the year, but whatever. It's the way it is, and it's a new season. So those are the top two game-winning comebacks, and the 49ers definitely was one. A really late game in overtime. I was trying to keep up with the Brewers game along with being at Lambeau Field for that game. So it was kind of a fun night, a Wisconsin night for sports. So there's the rematch with them. It will be just like 2016 where we pretty much knocked off Kaepernick, and he just really struggled that day against us flat out compared to 2014 and 14. He was under Jim Harbaugh's squad, and he just destroyed the Packers. It was just really brutal, and the defense just been bad for years. But that was when Dom Capers' defense was really shut down. So for them to beat them in 2015, I see that maybe happening again in the 2019 season. Jimmy Garoppolo, though, he'll come back sharp and healthy, and that'll be a good game. Ignore Sunday Night Football. It will be the same time as mentioned in 2015. Week 5, I would love to have an early Green Bay Packers bye week. I think it would be great to rest the players up early, and the more they play in the regular season, the better they'll be come playoff time. Hopefully get a bye in the Saturday-Sunday wild card weekend and just play the winner of whoever's in that side of the NFC. So I really see that being a benefit for the players, and especially when we have Thursday games, when it gives the team 10 days to get ready for the next week, it's just humongous and gives them more practice and rest time and to stay healthy and just become more of a championship winning franchise, something that needs to happen again. Now back to this, I have us playing Denver, the 3:25 game on CBS on October 20th. It'll be close to the World Series time, so I hope my Milwaukee Brewers make the World Series this year, and that would be the week it pretty much starts. It would start that Wednesday on the 23rd, so it would definitely be a celebration. So if the Brewers made it that specific weekend or a few days prior to the Denver game, that's what I'm predicting it'll be. And the Brewers were also home in the playoffs against the Arizona Diamondbacks when we played the Denver Broncos. That was also a 3:05 game at the time on CBS. It was a blowout with Kyle Orton. I don't see anything different this year, and the Broncos are just down this year. Maybe they'll get a couple good draft picks, but I see us winning that game. It'll be nice to play a different type of team at home against them. And then this will be a game 2 of the World Series on Fox and simulcasting with the NFL Network. It'll be the day before the Friday World Series game. Be simulcasted with Fox and NFL. We'll be playing the Detroit Lions at home. It would be a really good match. Matthew Stafford, hopefully, versus Aaron Rodgers at home on primetime action at Lambeau. You just can't beat that, and it's in October, so I think they would choose that because it won't be so cold, and the fans from Upper Peninsula and Wisconsin will travel really well because my parents were both from Ontonagon and White Pine area, and they really have a mix between Packers and Lions fans, so that would be a really good time to do it, and definitely the weather would be good, and I would have a fun night at work as a guest services assistant if we had a great mix of Green Bay and Detroit fans in our section. Week 8, I also have us home again against the Eagles, so it would be 3 home games in a row, and we would get a 10-day break, and we would play Philadelphia on the 3rd, and that would be a really fun game. We would be playing the 2018 defending Super Bowl champions. They haven't came to Green Bay for a while, so this game will be really good. And Carson Wentz will be playing this year since Nick Foles is gone, so that would be definitely an interesting game. A big test against against our defense to play against Carson Wentz and company. Week 9, we have a very bold matchup here. It's definitely, I think, it's going to be a 3:25 Fox game or definitely a Sunday night game. The Packers will play Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs and Tyreek Hill. They're just going to have a lot back, and just going to be a really tough battle-ending type of game. Definitely the gridiron of all, and I think it'll be definitely a Sunday night game, or it has a chance to be. So I'll leave it at that. Week 10, I have us playing Panthers. It's the November 17th weekend. We had the Ravens a few years ago. Brett Hundley got shut down 17-0, and I see them being home a few weeks before Thanksgiving against Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Week 11, the week prior to Thanksgiving, I have us with the date with the Los Angeles Chargers at 3:25. Last time we played in San Diego, it was a 3:25 Fox game. We were playing Philip Rivers and company, and Norv Turner was the coach at the time because it was the year after Green Bay won the Super Bowl. So with this happening this year, and Rivers will be back, and they'll really be tough for us again. But I see us having more of a game against the Chargers and Patrick Mahomes because they barely lost to the Patriots in the AFC title. I don't see it being any different when they play the Packers. So it'll be very exciting seeing Los Angeles at California, and the Packer fans travel really well because Rodgers is from California. It's only a few hours away from his hometown. Week 12, we have the Raiders. I have that being a Thanksgiving weekend, December 1st game at Lambeau Field, as mentioned on the previous video. John Gruden was a former quarterbacks coach with Brett Favre in Green Bay, so those were the good old days, and it'll be cool to see him live in Lambeau coaching against his former team he coached. So I'm really excited to see that one. Hopefully meet him that weekend, and you never know, dreams may come true. So that'll be a very cool way to start December. Have the Washington Redskins on the 7th, and then for my prediction is December 14th. We'll have the Dallas Cowboys at 3:25, or I did not correct it, but it could be a Sunday night game on NBC. So I think Nance and Romo would be the best commentators for this game. It's going to come down to the end. Mason Crosby had a clutch kick in the 2017 NFL playoffs against the Dallas Cowboys. That was one of the best games I've ever seen. One of the best Packer wins I've been a part of. So for us to rematch with them, and the 2017 season before we missed the playoffs and whatnot, and Rodgers getting hurt, he had a huge pass to Davante Adams, a game-winning drive with about 30 seconds left to win the game. So I really see that being a good early holiday matchup on CBS. Here's another bold prediction, folks. Saturday of December 14th, we have a special edition Saturday night game against the Vikings on Fox, and then simulcasting on NFL Network. I think it's time the Vikings host us actually on a Saturday edition game because Lambeau will have their chance against the Lions, and it'll just be their turn because both teams will really come out average this year. We both missed the playoffs, and we're both due to play each other again during a holiday game, and hopefully it's meaningful like December 24th of 2016 when we beat the Vikings really well in that game at Lambeau. It felt like a spring football game that day, and the fans really enjoyed that game. So I hope it'll be that weekend actually, and so December 22nd, the 100th rivalry game. I have that between a Sunday night or a Monday night. Fans would travel well either way because the 23rd, quite a bit of people are off work from their regular jobs, and Sunday night, it's a few days before everybody goes home to their families for Christmas. This would be an outstanding Christmas weekend game. I really hope it happens. I will be celebrating if I get this right Thursday night, and I want to record my celebration and celebrate with you guys. So back to December 14th, I would have us in Minnesota for that game. And then week 17, instead of in Minnesota, I'll have us playing them at Lambeau Field to end the season. And this may be switched to a 3:25 game or a Sunday night game, depending on if there's playoff implications between the division, first round bye, or wild card implications. So this will be it. There's one more summary, folks, at my schedule predictions. And I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful night. Subscribe, like, and comment, and peace out. Go Pack Go.